Are we going in raw like this?
We always go in raw. Ben, did you time that swing? Hello.
Just gotta get ready for the podcast.
Gotta get lubed up.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
Gotta do it to him.
Trip hours 37.
Yeah.
It's 36 more than I thought we'd get out of it, to be honest.
Sorry, there's
We
no more
gotta-
after this one.
Well, yeah, we're kind of dwindling in numbers. Hi, I'm
Ed's
DriveThrough. I'm
dead.
here.
Cody's dead.
Caleb's dead.
Caleb's dead.
Caleb was supposed to be here, but now he's dead.
Yeah, he was here like 10 minutes ago, but instead it's me, Ben, Slap, Rusty, the skeleton crew.
These things happen.
They do, all too often. We can't miss a week. As soon as we miss a week, the podcast is dead.
Yeah, that's why we brought in Caleb to like run it for that 1 week, because we knew if we took the week off, it was gonna be dead.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Which
actually,
at Indy, we need to do a live podcast, like all of us on
that
the
would be
camera.
yeah, that I would love to do that. That's in the works. But until then, this is the last ever episode of this show. So don't come back next week because we won't be here. I want to open it up and just talk about NASCAR real quick because I watched 1 out of 3 races this weekend. I saw like the last 2 laps of the Cup race. I was out for the truck race, but I managed to catch the whole Xfinity race. And man, that broadcast was brutal. The racing was great, but the broadcast, oh my god, it was horrible. That like I was literally watching Twitter to get all the storylines because the broadcast was just watching. I forget who even it was. It was Allmendinger and it was someone else. Just at the front the whole time, not passing each other. It was Bill Byron, just following each other. And to the last like 15 laps, it was just the camera looking at those cars doing their own thing the entire time. Meanwhile, I'm going on Twitter and they're like, oh, Kaz Grala just dumped Alex Labbe. And I look on the ticker and he fell back like 3 spots. And I was watching the ticker and I see him slowly climb back up there. And he gets right behind Grala. And I'm looking at the gaps and I'm like, oh, they're close. And then Grala goes far back and I'm like, so Labbe probably dumped him. But we didn't see any of it. Not a single bit of it. We were just watching 2 dudes at the front turn laps. And after the race, leaders crossed the line, right? The rest of the field's still coming around. Who was it? Someone got dumped. I think it was Jeb.
Jeb Burton wrecked himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or got loose in the last corner and wrecked coming to the line. And I forget who was in the booth. I think it was either Joey or Brad.
Brad and Joey, yeah.
And one of them was like, oh, someone spun coming to the line. And then like
They completely
got
ignored
quiet
it.
really quickly. And I could tell the producer was like, hey, don't talk about that. And instead, we just got 5 minutes straight of AJ Allmendinger's in-car camera of him just doing his cool down lap going, ooh, yeah, we won. Just 5 minutes straight. We did not see a single other car.
Disgusting.
And you know
It was
what's bad?
tough.
The Xfinity was the best broadcast out of the weekend.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, did you guys watch the opening lap from the Cup race?
No.
Well, there was like this, like in the first couple of corners, there was like a big dust up. You know, you saw some smoke back there, but you didn't really see what happened, and the broadcast didn't show shit. And then they complete the first lap, and then the Fox broadcast is like, yeah, we have caution, and there's 2 cars stopped out there, big pile up. Go to commercial.
Yeah, Brad's like parked in the middle of the road, like cars are
You see the
spinning.
77 with the hood smashed in. It's like, oh, let's go to commercial.
On lap 1?
Yeah, literally, they didn't even complete the lap.
Oh, my God.
Oh
You know
my
what I
God.
need? You know how Fox added the little bar that shows when the race was green and when it was yellow? I need someone to just put one under that of when the broadcast
commercial
was on the
break.
screen and when it was commercial.
Damn.
Probably wouldn't be too hard to do.
Well, I gotta say, that was a little toxic for the Xfinity race. That was my favorite race of the weekend, as always. It was a banger start to finish.
Dude, I
Big
would love to
fan.
be there.
Cars are slipping and sliding. So good. Just so good.
I like the broadcast was horrible, but the racing looked like it was really good, and I feel like that's one where at the track you get the full experience. You can follow along with whoever you want instead of watching the leaders.
It's
Ugh.
crazy. Like NASCAR is literally the only sport where going in person is way better than trying to watch it on TV.
Yeah. Well,
I do
not
have-
the. I wouldn't say the only sport, but the only one where like the TV broadcast takes away so much of
That's fair.
actually
Yeah.
seeing what's going on.
Yep.
Tough.
Before we transition away from NASCAR, I want to bring this up with the group
Okay.
here. Slap put it on Twitter, but I was thinking of it going in. Road America draws like 100,000 dudes plus TV. Circuit of the Americas, I feel like drew like 10 people on Saturday. I mean, I don't even know how people show up on Sunday. I'm just saying.
You got to
I'm just
remember how
saying.
big that track is. And if I remember correctly, last year it was a huge crowd. So I think it was around the same this year.
Can you
I wanna see-
camp at Coda? Do they have camping there?
I didn't see like RVs and shit. That's
That's
the
what I'm
thing. Is like I
saying.
didn't see like the RVs like camped around the track.
like
They
I
didn't
feel like
show like any fans in the stands. I'm just saying.
I feel like Road America is a big like you camp the whole weekend, you watch everything kind of track, and Coda's
Yeah.
like you're famous, you flew in Sunday, you're watching the race and you're leaving.
Well,
yeah,
kinda what
like the thing about Road America is the people that go there are fans of the track, not so much like the sanctioning body that happens to be rolling by that particular weekend. So when they buy season tickets, like they just show up for all the major events. They don't really care who the fuck it is. Like that first year I went there in 2021, I had like people ask me like, oh, what's this NASCAR thing all about? Who do I need to watch out for? I was like, oh, well, you know, you want to watch out for Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, all these guys. And yeah, that was just, I had to like explain it to like multiple people that weekend because they never watched NASCAR. They're just fans of Road America. So
That's
there's
cool.
this massive like group of people that are just fans of Road America that are here to watch their first NASCAR Cup race or whatever. And I don't think you get that at Coda. I think it's more about the spectacle. And yeah, like Davin said, you just roll in there, watch the race, and then roll out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at with the question. Like when you go to Michigan, I think I haven't been to Pocono, but I get the same vibe. Is these people are just hardcore race fans. It's a culture. It's a yearly thing. You show up no matter what's there. It's sold out, camping, everything. So I'm kind of worried. Like we've talked about on previous episodes of the podcast, they're going to go away from kind of like the racing crowd and do these like glamorous exhibition events in cities, whatever it is,
Like Chicago, yeah.
like Chicago. And I
Is
know
Chicago even going to happen?
Well, we'll see.
I'll be there. I'll be there to hopefully see it. But I don't know. I'm just throwing
Will
this
you
out
actually?
there.
I kind of want to go.
I just don't want to alienate like our fan base and like kind of go for the TV, sexy social media stuff.
That's fair. You don't want to do what they did in the 2000s of pulling away from the South and building tracks in California and taking away North Wilkesboro and stuff like that again.
I'll say this, like the Midwest, the upper Midwest market is like a great untapped market so far. Because like people there, I saw so many Minnesota and Wisconsin license plates up at Road America. You know, it's a great, Milwaukee's a great sports town with the Bucks and everything like popping off, Green Bay. And there's like this hardcore group of like just sports fans and race fans up there that don't get any major sport motorsports to come up that far.
Hey, we
And
got
here
the
you have-
airport just sitting there on the lake doing nothing.
Yeah, you got Cleveland just sitting there not doing anything. You got Road America just sitting there getting some IMSA races and the occasional IndyCar race. And
Same thing with Mid Ohio. Mid Ohio gets IMSA.
I mean, hell, even
IndyCar.
if you don't want to do that, go to fucking Milwaukee Mile.
They got trucks
Yeah.
going there this year,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is exciting. Damn, I don't know if Cody's gonna listen back to this, but we're like praising his city so hard. He'd love it.
He'll hate us for it.
His new
His
city
law.
is
Yeah,
New
he
York
actually
City.
would probably be pissed. He'd be like, "Oh well, you guys talk about it when I'm not on there,
Yeah,
and
the
you never
one
talk about when I am."
episode.
All right, that's the first segment, which we've also renamed to NASCAR Sucks. Country Western's rubbish.
True.
All right, next up, what's Twitter doing? This used to be a segment about drama on Twitter, but now Twitter itself has its own drama.
Oh no.
They're getting rid of verified check marks.
Dude,
Like, you just pay for them now. That's it. Or you're a company and then you get the PP check mark.
Yeah, and you
Which
pay
is-
$1,000 a month.
Yeah. So you have to pay for all of them now. And there's going to be like actual celebrities who will no longer have check marks. And then there will be just John,
Also, he
whoever
said,
the fuck, who
he
paid
said
$8
the only
to get
people
one.
allowed to vote in polls will be verified members.
Yeah, that fucks over the Jeff Gluck poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is... It's so stupid. Yeah, it's actually broke the website. Wow, shout out to the number of people quote
Oh,
tweeting.
no.
But yeah, starting April 15th, only verified accounts will be in the For You, like the recommended accounts, and only verified accounts will be able to vote in polls. And he's like,
I
oh,
think-
it's to combat bots. It's so stupid.
Just wait until you got to be verified with your bank account and digital ID before you can tweet. That's too far ahead in the future. I'm sorry. I should have let him do a little.
That's coming. That's
I
coming.
should have let him that a little bit easier.
See,
But
why don't you
no,
why don't you
I've
look
been
at
warning
the
you-
source code that's on GitHub?
Oh yeah. They leaked a bunch of their source code on GitHub today. I think it got taken down after a little bit, but there was definitely enough time for some people to download it. I don't think it's been made public since then. But some people may be asking for some money for that source code. So shout out to Twitter, doing a great job as always. Yeah.
$44 billion company.
I would say when he does these little tweets, just be careful. He kind of baits you into like getting excited with the engagement, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I didn't mean all that," and then he'll do a different rule change. So just be careful with the.
Yeah, that's what he's done with Tesla for like 10 fucking years. Fuck him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll be
don't
on
trust the man.
Mars by 2020.
Anything else happen on Twitter lately?
I'm just saying Elon Musk needs to like get a right hook to the face.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm in agreement there.
You're gonna get a Boston Dynamic dog sent to your house for that one.
Oh yeah, Discord's listening now.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, viewers,
fuck.
if you want to get access to
Boston Dynamics police dog kicking in my door, killing my cats, and like ripping
you
my
see-
arm off.
Did you see they're making like horse-sized ones now? Like they're not just dogs. They got ones that are like shoulder-like. And they had like the scorpion climbing vertical up a wall. Like I couldn't believe it.
Have you seen
they're
the ones
coming.
that parkour?
Hey,
Yes.
hey,
That was
it's
like 5
time
years
to
ago.
invest in EMP grenades.
Yes.
They just added those to GTA the other week. Shut up.
I'm just gonna build a moat around my house so like when they stumble in, they just
No, you
Start
just got
collecting
a bunch of
dogs.
stairs. So it's like RoboCop. It's afraid of going down the stairs and it just falls over. And
All right. Let's go into drip or drown real quick. I got a mini, just like a real quick drip or drown for y'all.
drip or drown, baby. Drip or drown, baby.
You can make a song for that, Ben?
Yeah, make the song, Ben. Do it.
Drip or drown.
There it is.
Drip or drown.
All right. First up,
Drown.
Kevin Harvick, for reasons unknown, ran an all-white car this week.
Can I ask this question, DT? I saw a lot of designers praising this on Twitter.
I don't like it. I think it's bad. I think it's not good.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Kids on Twitter will say, "Oh, this scheme is fire." I was like, "Where is the scheme?"
no, but there's
No,
like
it's-
actual designers that I respect who are like, "Wow, this is great," and I'm like,
The previous one was better.
It's a white car.
It's a white
previous one's
car. And it's not even like, if you want to see a good white car, look at when I think it was Ryan Newman ran a Castrol car. Hold on. I forget what it
Oh,
was, but they had
yeah,
some
yeah,
like
yeah.
special like white some message whatever. Carbon neutral, that's what it was. And they ran a plain white car with like gray numbers, and it looked sick. Like, that's kind of cool. That you're doing something interesting there. Mobile One with no base? Okay. I don't know who asked for that. The horse isn't even that big because they got this Busch Light disc on the side, and everything's just kind of like slapped on there. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
At least the hood logo is big.
Yeah.
or look in general, this is what the Mobile One car should be.
Ah, yeah.
Jeremy Mayfield with the big ass
Mm.
Pegasus on the side.
Dude,
what
imagine
I'm
if they made
talking
that
about.
rear wheel red, like the Red Bull
Sam
cars
Hornish.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Did too, yeah.
Am I remember? Yeah, I think they did with Hornish. Let me pull this up. That was right when Penske started coloring their wheels. Oh, they did all of them in red.
The only reason I
Did
feel
it-
like I saw a YouTube video where
Oh,
somebody
the
was
red-
like saying
the
this
Red
car is
Bull-
illegal and the car was skewed.
Yeah.
The Red Bull cars, because they had the Bull like right there where the Pegasus is, and they ran a rear red rim only.
Yeah. Sam Hornish didn't. Sometimes the front wheel looked darker just from brake dust,
The brake. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
but they were both always red. But it was it Casey Kane who had the red rear wheel only? Yeah, this was sick.
For Red Bull, yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Only the rear wheel's red because it like fills in where the Bull is. I wish I could do that in iRacing. In iRacing, all the wheels got to be the same color.
Look at the 26 Haas Carter fucking car though.
Patrick Carpentier? Is
Hey yo,
that what that says? That is
Air
what that
National
says.
Looks
Guard.
like it.
Interesting. All right, next up. Oh, spoilers. Denny Hamlin drove Kyle Busch car.
This gave me body dysphoria.
Yes. Yeah.
He drove the Interstate 11, which
They
is
got
just
the numbers right
Interstate
though. Is that
base.
fucking like red orange number?
Yeah, the JJ Yaley numbers.
The Bobby Labonte numbers? Fuck you.
Yeah, but on the Lightning, it looks like JJ Yaley. Anyway, it was just kind of weird. Joe Gibbs was doing this paint scheme rotation thing. That FedEx logo is for nobody. That thing is not legible.
It was like
All right.
fed.
So that's I'm giving that 2 drowns in a row.
Yep, I agree.
The Interstate paint scheme is pretty good, but on the 11, weird.
I'd say it's moist.
Okay, I'll give it that. Eric Almirola drove the 08. I guess Stuart Haas has this deal that they keep tapping into where they just replace SS Greenlight cars because this is out of the Stuart Haas shop. But it's like considered an SS Greenlight entry. But I don't know, they kind of messed up the logos on the side of this thing. It's kind of cool to see a Rush Truck Center's car on the Xfinity body because I think the Xfinity Mustang is gorgeous. But they got the little rectangle here cut off by the wheel rim, and then the URL is on 2 different lines. I don't know why they didn't just put the big box back here and then the URL across the side. I don't know, kind of weird.
That makes
Maybe-
sense.
Maybe printer capabilities. Looks like some of this stuff is like, I don't know. a
But this
certain
is out of
size.
Stuart Haas. Like they could.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm just trying
anyway.
to throw an idea out there.
I don't remember Eric Almirola doing very much in that car.
didn't.
Real quick, just Kaz Grala Fire Department coffee. Someone 23XI'd the wrap on the left side of the car, and the logo's like up on the side, and the
no.
number is super
No.
high up too.
Was that
yeah.
Caleb?
Oh, I forgot to look up. Oh, I should ask Caleb.
You can just tell the story.
Well, I was gonna look something up for it. So, Caleb, as he announced just over a week ago, is working for Rackley now and wrapping trucks. It's actually really interesting because I get to learn a little bit about like the process. And he says they like each color on the base they like apply individually, and then they put the numbers and the sponsor logos on top. It's not just like one huge thing.
I wonder if it's different though per.
It is
team.
because the cup teams, I see a lot of times the cup teams will post like time lapses of them wrapping the cars, and it's just one big sheet.
Yeah.
And then like maybe chrome numbers on top, but I don't know. Interesting. Rackley does it differently. So
But
Caleb,
they do everything in house, I believe, because they're all
Yeah.
in.
I don't know
Away
if we can
from.
say all that, but yeah. Caleb, the first truck he actually worked on was the Coda one. So he put the numbers and like B pillars, sponsors, and like other stuff on it. And the day after they sent the car out, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. he DMs me and he's like,
yeah, the truck
he's
was
like-
on its way to
he's like,
Austin.
listen, I fucked up. And I'm like, oh, what'd you do? And he's like, I got into work this morning and there was just a roof number sitting on the floor. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, so the truck that's being sent down to the track doesn't have a roof number on it. And this is the guy, by the way, who's like 6'4" or whatever. You'd think he'd be tall enough to see the roof of the truck.
I mean, it's not just his fault. Like, well, imagine all the people
Yeah,
that
no, it's like,
loaded that onto the truck and never said a goddamn word about not having a roof number.
and he's not also like the main rap guy. Like, it's literally his first week on the team. I just thought it was hilarious.
Hey, shout out to Caleb. You can't put the number on backwards if you don't put the number on.
That's true, because we were literally on this show last week making fun of 23XI for putting the roof numbers on backwards. And we were like, Caleb, you better not mess up. Sure enough, not 2 days later, the numbers aren't on the truck. But apparently they sent it down with some crew guys and got it installed right when they pulled it out of the truck.
It's all right. These things happen.
But I heard, and I gotta get these from Caleb. I heard there was some Instagram stories posted on the Rackley account, like as they were pulling it out of the truck, and I just want to see a picture of it with no roof number. Okay, a couple more things to touch on Drip or Drown. Kevin Harvick is racing in the Cars Tour at Wilkesboro, which I guess now he like partially owns, and is doing a throwback to like one of his old late models. Which is this, I couldn't get a good enough picture of the car. There's just like a selfie video with the car in the background, which isn't very good. But it's white. It's got a blue stripe around the bottom. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know Harris Lou did the shirt, which is a banger. This is sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he did the car as well.
He did the car. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not on the back of the shirt.
Look at his logo at the side scoop by the
Oh
rear
yeah,
tire.
that'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's got like a blue Hunt Brothers logo on it, which is sick. I think it's kind of cool. I like how, especially in the dirt scene, like more so the dirt scene than anywhere else, but late models and stuff, sometimes they'll just recolor the logos to match the car's vibe, you know? Like the car will have certain colors and the logos will just be recolored to match. Brand guidelines be damned. Car looks cool. Has Kevin Harvick run the 62 before? Is that a
not to my
number
knowledge
that he does?
It's his kid's number, but yeah, I don't think he's ever ran it.
Oh, he must have run it if it's his kid's number then.
Yeah, it was probably his number like way back when.
Yeah, it wasn't for this particular car that this is based off of, but yeah. That makes sense because I do remember his kid running the 62 in the iRacing thing. All right, one final thing.
Oh no.
Is this show car. There's a money team show car down at COTA, which is I'll try my best to describe it for you audio listeners. It is a Gen 4 with late model Impala headlights, no spoiler, and a COT like 2007 splitter. They just bought a body off of some back lot and put Bit Nile stickers on it, and it's tough. I mean,
Floyd's got to cease and desist this, man. Like, come on.
I like how they put the little 50 just above the headlight.
Oh,
and
no.
the Goodyear is also like nowhere near where the curve is. It's just.
Do you guys want to show my Carl Edwards car that I found at Florence Motor Speedway?
Yeah, that was way better than
Let me find it. But that was like was that an actual Carl Edwards car, or was that just someone who made their car look like a Carl
Yeah, it
Edwards
actually
car?
had like a chassis number and everything.
Yeah, see, that's cool. That's all original.
Yeah,
I like how
stickers on it.
they didn't want to put their sponsor over the ones that's on the cars. They just put it on the side window.
Yeah.
They have the original engine too? Did you
No, it's a
check?
late model engine.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's a good looking.
It's got a wicker bill on the roof.
Yeah, it has the Super Speedway wicker on it.
Yeah.
Why?
That's interesting. That high drag package. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, that was Drip or Drown. A really light one this week, despite having a triple NASCAR action. Because most people just ran their normal schemes.
Which I suppose is a good thing. It means guys have consistent sponsors now.
Yeah, I guess so. And Rusty won't get pissed with me bringing up like 20 cars on the podcast, which is cool.
Well, I'm still traumatized from when Caleb expanded out.
He's had every single car.
Just every car.
He zoomed out like, wait.
So with the end of Drip or Drown, it's time for a segment which I realize has happened like every single week since it started. It's Slap's crazy ass moments in history. Slap, what are we talking about this week?
All right, so this week we're talking about the closest we have ever come to nuclear war in my lifetime.
Why is it always war?
Because these are the craziest ass moments, goddammit.
All right.
So, starting in May 3rd, 1999, rumblings start coming out of the Kashmir region between India and Pakistan. There's a group of militants coming across the border. There are Kashmir militants that are Indian and Pakistani. These two countries have been at war since they've been independent, since the 1940s, 1950s. But in 1999, it all comes to a head. A group of Pakistani militants disguised as a Kashmir militiamen cross the border and take a number of strategic mountaintops overlooking the town of Kargil. And this kicks off what was known as the 1999 Kargil crisis.
It's time for Slap's crazy ass moments in history.
I like the formatting of that. That's great.
So as soon as these militants cross the border, the Indian military goes in full mobilization. They mobilize something like 50,000 troops. The problem is Kargil is the most highest altitude town in all of India. And all these Pakistani militants are dug in up on the hills and up on the mountains and everything. And they have to basically do an artillery bombardment to get them out of there. The only problem is how the fuck do you get all these heavy artillery guns that high up? They basically perform the highest elevation helicopter lift in military history, even up to today, to get these big guns and howitzers put in place, and they start bombarding the Pakistani positions. This ends up becoming known as the 50-day war in Kargil, and they just hammer these units. They have the Indian Air Force starts doing runs with their MiGs and everything. The Pakistanis had airlifted surface-to-air missiles up on top of the mountains. They shoot down 3 Indian Air Force jets. One of the pilots actually survives, is taken as a POW, and ends up getting returned back home just 2 months later. And after something about 500 casualties on both sides, the 50-day war comes to a close with the Pakistani militants being ousted out of Kashmir and Kargil. And the Indian forces are able to come in, recapture the town of Kargil, and it's seen as a resounding Indian victory, which India was seen as the poorest nation in Asia. It was seen as a dysfunctional military. Both of these countries, Pakistan and India, had become nuclear capable by 1998. And it was the U.S. was terrified that these two countries that were seen as dysfunctional would come to nuclear blows. But President at the time, Bill Clinton, actually negotiated a ceasefire between the two nations and made sure that nothing came of the Kargil crisis other than just a minor border spat. You wanted a quickie? There it is.
All
That was great.
All right, yeah. So I have questions.
Yeah,
So the reason it took so long was they just were trying to avoid civilian casualties, or what was kind of the reasoning for the 50 days?
Yeah.
What the reason for the 50 days was just trying to get the artillery placements put up. It was the craziest airlift in modern military history, trying to get that much stuff moved up 2 miles of mountains.
And that region is still like hotly contested, right?
Yeah, because if you've ever seen those videos of the Chinese and Indian troops beating each other up with batons.
Yeah, because they came to an agreement to like not use guns, so they just beat the shit out of each other with like medieval weaponry.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that. Hold on.
That's like still occurring.
You could probably find that on YouTube or something. They just like meet in this river and like this mountain valley, like way up in the Kashmir mountains on the Indian-China border, and they're just like beating the shit out of each other with like wooden sticks and stuff because they're not allowed to use. They can apparently come to an agreement to not use guns, but they can't come to an agreement on who owns who up there.
Dude, it's such a weird. Like I like weird geography stuff. I like map things, and just the region sort of north of India, Pakistan, and like kind of China, the borders are just they're just dotted lines, and they just don't even like reach anything. It's like this. And
well, isn't this all Great Britain's fault? Like they misdrew the borders.
Yeah, but then also like China
Middle
wants
East
a piece.
is all fucked up. The Sykes-Picot Agreement back in 1918.
And it's so weird because you look at like
British fucked that up too.
Where's that city? Oh yeah, there's Kargil right up in there. But it's so weird because there's like if you just find like a random point in like a contested area, like let's look at this mountain, right? If you go to the reviews, 5 stars, very nice place in Pakistan, not India. 5 stars, this place in India, nice place located in India. Another 5-star review, beautiful place of Pakistan. So the people have taken to Google reviews and they just find each place in the contested area and write a review saying that it's in their country.
Which is a real shame because if you look at the town of Kargil, it's absolutely fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just this in Kargil. Oh, they got photospheres.
Well,
it looks like winter right now. That's still pretty cool.
That's sick. Yeah,
but if you look at it in the spring, it's just like all these like barren mountains, and then there's just all these trees right there next to the river.
I'm telling you, we got to make a show where we just dig around Google Maps together. Oh, we're in a hotel room. We're in Hotel New Ladakh.
Wow. A little bucket over there.
That is
the cuck chair.
Oh, I guess that's the washroom. I like that they tried to swan the towels like a resort, but it just looks like a snake, like mid slither, like a caterpillar. There's no end tables. There's just a chair, a single chair.
That's what slaps.
The cuck chair.
All right. Well, if you wanna go to Kargil and leave a review, send us an email. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com.
I got a picture in the crazy ass moments where it's like in spring.
Oh yeah, I brought those up earlier. I think. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I thought about it and I didn't. Oh, that's the wrong screen. There we go.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, really green trees.
Yeah, that's
and they got a little bit of farming going on. That's
It's,
so random.
it's so pretty. It'd be so awesome to like visit there, but to know that it's just so hotly contested and there's always
Dude,
this bullshit going on.
It's so weird. I'm wondering what it's like at like on like a human to human level where you don't even know what country you're in. Like there's 3 different territories who've laid claim to this place.
Good.
I think it should be declared as its own independent city-state.
Ooh, like all of Ladakh.
Yeah, the People's Republic of Kargil.
Just let the people live, man.
Let them
Heard it here
vibe.
first.
Do a Formula One race in the streets. the Kargil Grand Prix.
If someone's paying for it, they'll do it. We know that. All right, that was a very nicely sized slaps crazy ass moments. I like that stuff where we can like ask questions after. Big fan.
Can you preview what
the
next
size of
week
the
is?
last crazy ass moment was a little bit too large in scope. It was the entirety of the end of World War One.
It was it was
Hundreds of thousands of deaths.
Could you
Do you know where you're
preview
doing,
next week's so we can get some emails if there's someone in there?
I don't have anything planned for next week's.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like figure it out as I go.
That's fine.
We've had many suggestions through the emails as well. If you need ideas, but I'm sure you've got stuff you can dig into. Okay. After slaps crazy ass moments in history, you know what comes next. The turkey's my favorite.
Oh,
What is this,
Neil,
Slab?
they do.
Buckers.
What's he wearing?
It's
Is
an
that Easter
Easter.
outfit?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
an
he's got
Easter
bunny
Buckers.
He's got.
That's great.
I got bunny on my mind and my mind on my bunny.
Where'd you get that?
At the Buc-ee's in Florence, the only Buc-ee's in South Carolina,
Hell yeah.
right there on I-95.
I didn't know they had seasonal Buc-ee's plushies.
Well, they got
That's Florence.
Santa Buckers, so I guess they just have like Buckers for different seasons.
He's gonna need his own shelf at this point. You're just gonna
I
collect
know.
them all.
Who's gonna have like my own like shelf over there, just nothing but Buckers?
Got to collect all
better-
150 buckers.
But I was
You better
at Florence Motor Speedway.
Yeah, you made a shrimp connection at Florence, didn't you?
Yes,
Saw candles after you called the
Blake
race.
McCandless. Candles?
Yeah, apparently you
were
didn't
you-
even follow him on Twitter until then. What I heard.
I didn't realize, man. I fucked it.
Also, before we get into it, the broadcast, because we were watching it on Flow, broadcast of Flow Racing cars, it was great. Blake and I don't know who is co-commentator, they're awesome. James Pike was in the pits.
James
doing-
Pike owes me a pair of gamer glasses.
Well, me too, but these things
I gotta talk
happen.
to him.
But he was great in pit reporting. So
Hell
shout
yeah.
out to them.
Oh, look at the drip.
Cars
Mm.
tour.
Got the whole like schedule on the back.
Hey, I got.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
That's cool.
If Blake's listening, Blake, come on, hook us up. Come on, Blake. Blake, come on, Blake.
Blake is not listening.
No, Blake, come on, Blake. Dude, after he had his one appearance, he's done. He's done.
Was he the one who like after hearing one of the theme songs, he was like, oh, I guess I didn't know what I was signed up for.
But
We
dude,
gotta-
I agree with Blake. Like that race was like so freaking good. Like it was impossible to mess that up. I think the top 10 qualified within 8/10 of each other.
Ooh.
There's 32 cars there, and that front pack of like 12 dudes was like right on top of each other. And then like by the time they caught the back of the field, like 40 laps in, they were all packed in so tight nobody could pass. So nobody went a lap down. So when the first caution came around, like lap 45 or whatever, everybody was still on the lead lap.
Hell yeah.
It's yeah, that was a super competitive field, but still, Carson Kvapil and Brendan Queen finished 1-2 again for the second week in a row.
Hell yeah. See
And
any,
dude, I thought they were gonna kill each other on one restart. They just like drove towards the pit wall, just banged off of each other.
I thought they were going to drive off the edge because there's no wall on
No
the
wall.
outside.
Yeah,
Some drivers getting in the grass, you can see them go like this as they try to go into turn 3.
And I thought there was going to be some beef between them because when Carson Kvapil won the race, and he's driving Josh Berry's old car. He parks it in Victory Lane. Here comes Brendan McQueen, hops the wall, comes up over to him, takes off his window net, and he just puts his hand in there and he just shakes his hand and says, "Good race, man," and just walks off. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking cool.
you love to see it. That's going to be a rivalry all season long. That's really cool. Both those guys are insanely good. Did you catch any animals down there in Florence? How clean is it?
That race is pretty clean. Oh god, I gotta show you. I forgot to send a photo of the new bathrooms that they made.
Oh, they got new bathrooms.
Yeah, so they got new bathrooms. Hold up, let me see if I can find this shit. And it smelled like pine plywood.
Ooh,
It's like
That's a nice
brand spanking
experience.
new. Like even like the pipes are like above ground for right now because they're trying to bury them like after they get some time spent and all that.
So they're putting money into the track.
Yeah, they are building the track. They are putting their money where their mouth is. I just saw the promoter like go past me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that." He's like talking to like I guess maybe an investor partner or something.
Schmoozing the sponsors.
Yeah.
That's good that they're doing a bunch of upgrades.
I'm just keen to see it.
Maybe they should add a wall.
Oh, I put it in Shrimp Hours Presents.
Oh, on Twitter,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, the main group chat. Sorry.
Oh, all right. It's gonna be a bunch of people wondering why you sent a picture of these random bathrooms.
But they were brand new toilets, brand new ceramics, brand new sink, fresh soap for my hands.
Did you
Oh.
actually use the soap?
I did.
Why is this wood like warped?
It is literally like a plywood sheet.
Dude, they made this the day before the event.
Yeah, they
They
did.
made it the day before.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Dude, they literally did. But the toilet bowls in there and everything, brand spanking new ceramic, like it's clean, dude.
Yeah, so that's temporary, obviously. They're gonna upgrade that.
No, I would think. I mean, they'll paint the wood and they'll treat it and they'll
No, dude, that's
straighten out. I
definitely
think. I would
temporary.
That's
hope.
definitely temporary,
All right,
especially with how warped the doors are.
we should do
I
a.
think the doors are temporary. I think those side slabs. Those
Yeah,
might
the
be,
sides look good, but that makes sense.
We'll
they'll
find out
probably
next
paint 'em.
year.
We should do a short track bathroom
I'm
review
going
show.
back to Florence in November for the South Carolina 400,
Alright,
so
report
I will
it.
be down there, and I will let you know.
I'll say we should do a short track bathroom review show.
Like,
Give him like a star rating. Florence gets like a 4-star rating. Whoever Cody was with the bench gets like a 1.
Hickory's a 0.5.
Yeah, well, no, they got a grant from the state. They're like rebuilding them.
All right,
Yeah, that's
hopefully
true.
They'll move up the list then.
I gotta say, the food at Florence pretty good. Cheeseburgers pretty good.
Okay. That's
Price
another
is
thing.
good?
There's
It was like $5 for a cheeseburger. It was like $2 for a beer. Not bad.
Alright,
oh,
That's pretty good.
there's got to be someone that reviews like short track food, right? Or like NASCAR facility food.
Matt Weaver used to take photos of the menu board, but that was
I do
that's
remember
about
that.
it.
Hat was $15.
Nice.
They had shirts from the South Carolina 400 from last year, but they were all like triple XL and
Oh, yeah.
extra
Stuff that didn't
extra
sell.
small. So like the stuff they couldn't get rid of. So I suppose when I go back down there for the South Carolina 400 this year, they'll have new stuff.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Shout out to
And
Florence.
everybody was rocking Bucky's gear because it's like
Hell
20
yeah.
minutes from the track.
Hell yeah. Any animals?
Only in downtown Florence where my hotel was. Just people
Uh-oh.
driving slow as fuck. Like I had this lifted SUV in front of me, like when I'm trying to get to my hotel at the Hyatt. Just this lifted SUV, massive. I can't even see around it. I'm assuming that there's traffic or something in front of me. No, dude's just like traveling at like 5 miles an hour, going through like a green light at like just a snail's pace. And I can see it turning yellow and like about to turn red. And he's like still in the middle of the intersection. I'm like honking the horn, like, get the fuck out of the way. I gotta get through here. God damn it. And yeah, just people just driving either slow or too fast. There was a red light. There's this older dude like doing the crosswalk as I'm getting to my hotel. And here comes this like Camry with like the spoiler on the back. I guess he thought he was cool or whatever. And he just like guns it through the red light, almost hits this dude. And the dude like gets across the crosswalk and he's like, yeah, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the fuck was that dude's problem? This is Camry just barreling through the streets of downtown Florence for no reason whatsoever.
Jeez.
Can you talk about your hotel?
Yeah, hotel was like really, really nice. Very good, very nice, very spiffy. Got a couch, got the lighting all nice and everything. Go to close up the blinds. I'm like asleep. After about 2 hours here, womp, womp, womp. Apparently, there's a very busy airline or freight line rail system that goes through there.
Oh,
So every about 2.5
no.
hours on the dot, here they come through the railroad crossing on the main road, just blaring the horn, womp 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 womp. CSX owns that line, and they're just like blaring through there every 2.5 hours.
Did you get any
CMR simulator.
anxiety like it was gonna derail and like
Dude,
Spill some
I heard it
chemicals.
one time it fucking like stopped and then it like lurched forward and then stopped again. I heard all those cars in the line. It was like, must have been like a mile long line or whatever. But I just hear them go. I thought there was like a derailment or some shit. And then it just
hop
like,
up out of bed like you did at Road America.
I like hop up on Road America, like out of my bed, like at Road America, like open the blinds, like what's happening out here? I just see like all the cars start going again, and I hear that diesel engine start whining back up, like, and then it just took off. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on out here, man? It's like 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. It sounds like there's World War III out here. So yeah, don't stay at the Hyatt in downtown Florence unless you get earplugs. I ended up having to put in earplugs, and I got maybe 5 hours of continuous sleep.
Ooh. Or I guess if you're used to having trains go through your backyard, you'll be all right there.
Don't we have a shrimp that did that?
We do.
Did that?
Shout out CMR.
So, was it Seymour or
Ludus, yeah.
Ludus?
I think they both did, yeah.
Yeah, they're both from that same train. Heck, there's a big ass
They
train
open up
yard
the
to the
back
middle of
window or
town.
the door. It's just a big.
I think that was like
Yeah, it's
CMR's dad's old place where he, like literally the train went, like he had a short backyard and then just train tracks. You open up the rear door and the train is just there going by.
Just book it.
And do you ever try to like hobo, like ride it or anything?
That would be cool.
Dude, there's people on YouTube that do that, like
Yeah,
actually
hell
like
yeah.
professional hobos.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're vlogs.
Dude, yeah, haven't you seen these?
Professional
They're great.
hobo.
100,000 followers. Like they make a living
great.
off that shit.
Yeah.
Off
They
just
just like
train
live in
hopping.
box cars and stuff, and they upload everything from their phone.
That's
They tuck
sick.
into these little like corners. It's great.
I might have to
You
watch
don't realize
this.
how loud the fucking trains are until you watch one of those videos.
Yeah, hobo shoestring is my favorite.
Yeah.
That dude's funny.
I'm writing this down.
I remember Hobo Shoestring. He was like in Omaha, Nebraska, and he was just like, "Man, this grain car. I'm sitting in this. This is the Cadillac grain car because he got like this perfect place like laid down on the back and everything."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, if it starts going towards Fargo, I'm gonna be pissed off as hell. God damn it!" And it's like, "Oh, we're going south. We're going south to Oklahoma City. All right, let's go where it's nice and warm." Because it was like fall. And it was like, if he went up towards Fargo, it was going to be snow and cold as shit. But if he went down south towards like Oklahoma, it was nice and warm down there.
That's cool. I like adventure content. I can't believe I've never heard of this. Like,
DT, it's a vibe.
YouTube.
It's a vibe. You'd love it because it's like a complete vlog where he walks up to the train. It's so great.
Yeah, and he actually explained like how you can kind of determine where which train is going to go where. And like the only thing this guy has is like literally like a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it that has a cushion on top so he can sit on it. And then
bucket.
Yeah, just a bucket, and he's got like all these snacks and stuff in there, and toilet paper and baby wipes and shit.
Oh yeah. Fuck living in a van.
If you can watch
train.
Hobo YouTube, that is a straight up vibe, dude. I love it.
I'm excited. All right, I will delve into that later tonight. And actually a really good segue into the media check-in, talking about stuff that we're watching, games that we're playing. What are we up to this week? Other than watching hobos.
I should actually like one day talk about what I watch on YouTube, but I
don't think you should.
Can't talk about that.
You have to make your own show before you do that.
I'll segue real quick. I finally started watching the Rambo movies for the first time in my life. I'd never seen any of them, so I kind of transitioned from Rocky to Creed, and I'm jumping into Rambo completely blind. And I was watching the first Rambo, and I thought about Slap. Slap, have you seen Rambo 1?
I have not.
Oh, all right. Your homework for the next period of time. Watch Rambo 1, because I did not know what to expect going into the series, other than I thought he showed up in like a third world country just murdering innocents. That's not what it's about at all. So you got to watch Rambo 1. And I think we'd have a fun conversation.
Yeah, I know vaguely what it's about, but I do need to watch it.
Okay, all right. That's what I watched, and then I got about 30 minutes to an hour and a half into the Resident Evil 4 remake, and hopefully finish that within the week.
Oh yeah.
How is it?
It's actually pretty cool. I suck at it, but the graphics make it kind of like
you should have streamed it.
You need to stream it.
Yeah.
I've been sick.
So
you don't sound sick, bitch.
You won't be sick in like 2 days. Stream it then.
I might.
All right.
I'm canceling my subscription.
Please do. If I could refund your subs, I would. If I could, please.
Dude, I've been cracked on City Skylines recently.
Dude, fun to watch. That's a vibe. It's
so much fun. I just finished building my like university town, and now today I've started on like my like touristy beach area, and I put like a little like Space Needle looking thing, and I got like apartments on the beach, and I connected it all with a subway, and all my people ride bikes in my bike lanes and take subways everywhere.
Did you figure out your poop management yet?
Oh, dude, poop management, I was done in like day one.
All right.
I basically dumped the poop down a canal out into the ocean.
Into the ocean?
Pure dookie water just coming out of the city. But when I first built it, I had to like dig the canal out, and it like backwashed ocean water, which pushed the dookie water into the industrial zone and flooded the streets with poo. But
it's because there's no curvature to the earth.
Oh, Jesus.
Sure. Anyway, eventually I got it figured out. I got the poo flowing in the right direction. And I got some eco water treatment plants. So now I actually have like non-poo water that's pushing out of the ocean. And the poo is like, there's like just like a cloud of it that is slowly subsiding, and it's been pushed out into the middle of the bay now. So there's just like a little brown spot. It's just like very slowly getting cleaned.
Just to
out.
remind you of your history where you started.
Yeah.
They got poo physics that like I can't believe that.
Dude, it's great. That's a fantastic game, and I'm excited for the second one when that supposedly comes out at the end of this year. We've also
one
been
thing I've
playing a
been
lot of GTA again the
Yeah.
past few weeks, making more tracks.
Rest in peace to Cody.
Yeah, it's put a strain on our relationship with Cody. Sometimes the racing gets a little too intense.
These things happen. But yeah, the new courses, Atlanta's a banger that you made, and the latest road course that you made is a banger. So
yeah, I've now got 4 street courses, which I'm all very proud of. Like 6 go-kart tracks that I've made. Oh god, I made a lot of tracks. And now 5 ovals. Put on a whole ass championship. We should. I would love, I don't know if I have the audience for it, but I would love to host lobbies, but they're not cross-platform on GTA, so we would need people on PC. But all of my tracks are set up to where you can fit 30 dudes on them. And like together we've put like maximum like 8 guys on a track, and it's hectic, and I can only imagine how chaotic it'll be with like 30 dudes running around GTA Martinsville. But yeah, I don't know if enough people have it on PC. I don't know, maybe I'll just like randomly stream it when we get a bunch of dudes on and see if it picks up traction.
you can definitely be part of the master plan.
Yeah. Been slapped to sleep here, goddamn.
I know. Got the yawns.
That's why we've been starting an hour early, Lay. So
Speaking about yawns, one channel I've been watching on YouTube is called History for Granite.
For granite?
Yes, it is about
Like the rock?
Yes, it is about the Egyptian pyramids.
Oh, don't tell
talk
Rusty.
to me. Talk to me.
So this guy, he does really his own thing. He kind of disproves like the modern Egyptologists as well
they're all liars.
as
They're all liars. Every single one of them liars.
they're not really liars. They try to do their best to bring in tourists in any way
Yeah, they're
possible. If that
promoters.
means, if that means saying, "Oh, there's a tomb in here," that's what it is, or trying to disprove something that's been fact for hundreds of years. So this guy really dives into the history and tries to say, "Hey, this is pretty much logically what actually happened here." And I would recommend if you're into history, if you're into that kind of thing, it's definitely a watch. History for Granite.
I'm gonna need a link. Have you ever looked into Roman cement by any chance?
I have not. So I'll look into that. Maybe.
If Rusty asks you, this is just a PSA to the people on the street. Rusty asks you, have you ever looked into something? Just say no. The answer is no.
There's also another channel that's kind of in that vein, and it's called Historia Civilis, where it dives into the reign of Caesar. So if you're into history, that would be the thing to do. But other than watching media, there's also been a lot of media controversy that's been going on.
Yeah, dudes are getting hacked on YouTube, right?
Yep. So one of them was Linus Tech Tips, or really it was 3 of his channels. What ended up happening, and this goes for every YouTuber, because Lemon ran into this issue, a bunch of others run into this issue. And what it is you get sent an email, looks like either an ad or looks like it's coming from YouTube, with an attached PDF file. And what happens is you open the PDF file, installs malware on your computer, and pretty much creates a carbon copy of your browser. And that includes your cookies. And what that means is if it's a carbon copy of your browser, you know how in YouTube, every time you go into YouTube, you don't have to sign in, correct?
Yeah.
Well, if you make a carbon copy of your browser, that person doesn't have to log in. He is already in.
Oh, so they're just logged into everything.
They are logged into everything.
And from opening a PDF?
That is correct. From opening PDF, that PDF is actually malware. It installs it onto your computer, and it pretty much makes a carbon copy of your browser.
Is this only if you download this PDF and open it in like Adobe Acrobat or whatever, or is this like?
Yeah, it's only if you open. Well, it's not really a PDF. What happens is you open it, and it automatically closes. So that if
it's like
you ever
a
get
batch.
anything like that, then you know it's like, something's gone wrong.
So, oh god, are there any steps you can do if you've opened a PDF and it immediately closes? Or you just fucked? Change your passwords immediately.
Disconnect immediately.
Kill yourself.
I don't necessarily remember. Kill yourself.
I'm just going for a pop.
I recommend watching the Linus video. He goes over what he did and what to do. But yeah, don't download PDFs that you get randomly from anyone, even if it looks legitimate. Double check it.
Open it in your browser first. Right? Is that good advice? I don't want to give bad advice on this show.
I wouldn't open it, period.
Okay. Don't look at sketchy PDFs.
Controversy, and this isn't really controversy as far as like our road goes, but in celebrity YouTubers side, iDubbbz.
What is Slab giggling about? Hold on.
We got a message from Blake. He showed up to Florence Motor Speedway on Friday. He is at the new bathrooms, and he was pissing in the stall, and one of the track workers who was building the extra stalls next to him handed him a roll of toilet paper underneath the stall.
So yeah, they were literally building them.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny.
Continue, Ben.
What did iDubbbz do?
iDubbbz, he used to be a big YouTuber probably about 5 years ago. He was edgy. I would say now he's not really as big as he used to be.
Did he
was
say
edgy
something
back then. He completely flip-flopped now. And he's pretty much doing celebrity boxing, like YouTube celebrity boxing.
Okay.
Anyways, he kicked someone out that's been training for like 2 weeks, because his wife's mother was attacking this guy, and the guy got banned from the event. That's really all I know. If you want to dig into it further,
that's all I want to know.
Emp Lemon did a good video on it in his Downward Diaries on his second channel. So if you want more information on it, go watch that.
Think we could ever convince Emp Lemon to get on this stupid podcast?
Definitely not. He's got too much to lose.
That's fair. All right, that was the media check-in. I guess it's time to send them in.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hands, slap. Send in.
I washed my hands at Florence, by the way.
Send them in, guys.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Picture it didn't happen.
Those emails at this point. Welcome to
I'm gonna have my
fan
GoPro
mail.
on my
Fan
backpack
mail.
mount next time.
Fan mail.
So what you're saying is you're gonna record yourself in a bathroom?
Yes, I'm gonna whiz.
Dr. D yourself?
Yeah, Dr. D myself, and then record myself washing my hands just so I can get the record straight.
If you have video footage of Slapshoes washing his hands,
Never seen it.
send it to ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. You can also send questions, comments, and concerns, and we'll read them on the show. We only got 3 this week, so send them in for next week.
Send them in, guys.
Yeah, ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. That is our email. Don't send us any PDFs. We won't look at them. All right, first one comes in from Harley, and he says, first of all, Rip Davin, you will be missed. That was like 2 weeks ago. Secondly, congrats to Caleb for getting the job with Rackley War. Very cool and good. Caleb, by the way, was literally here 10 minutes before the show and was gonna be here, and then said he would have to leave for an hour, an hour and a half ago, so he might be dead.
Textbook Caleb, by the way. If you know
Yeah.
Caleb, that's what he does.
Yeah. That's
Rat
literally
behavior.
the second time today, because we were chatting at like literally 4:30 p.m. and I was like, all right, I'll be back on at 5, and he's like, cool, that's in half an hour, I'll be home. And then messaged me back at 8 p.m.
Yeah, dude.
World Baseball, what the hell was it? The World Baseball Classic was very cool. Congrats to Japan. That's more of an Ed thing. Ed was in love with the World Baseball Classic. What's one rule change you'd make to any sport to ensure the maximum possible entertainment value with no regard to practicality or safety? I vote for full contact basketball. Sure.
Not gonna lie, before they invented the caution clock, I thought about that. I was like, we got to spice things up a little bit. But 10 years later, yeah, like I regret that idea ever came. No, I'm just saying. I thought about it at one point in time, and they didn't.
If you keep talking,
I'm just saying.
Oh, Cody's here.
Cody.
But his Ben's camera went black.
Oh no. Well,
Trouble.
I'm going to be doing radio broadcasts from here on out.
oh, Bennis.
Trouble. Damn.
It's completely out. Well, I'm radio broadcast for right now.
One rule change you would make to any sport. I don't know if I know what to say.
NFL
here.
goes to college football overtime rules.
Bring back head-to-head contact.
What are the college football overtime rules? Because I know the NFL ones are bullshit.
In college football, you toss a coin. Whoever wins the coin toss gets to choose who gets possession first. You start at the 25-yard line. You get one timeout, and standard 4 downs or whatever. You can get up to first down. You can get 3 points or touchdown. You can go for 2 or whatever, and then the other team gets to respond. On the other
that's
side
how
of the
it is
field.
in the CFL or similar to that. You get a chance to respond.
Yeah. And NFL has fought that off for 20 years now, saying, it takes up too much TV time or whatever. Like, you motherfuckers have the biggest TV contract in the world. Shut the fuck up and fucking man up.
Talk to him.
Pussies.
I do have one real one. The NBA needs to get rid of the 3-point line because it has killed the sport of basketball. Steph Curry it's not Steph Curry's fault, but the sport of basketball is essentially dead because of the 3-point line. I want them to go back to at least, just get rid of it for a few years. Just get rid of it, because I don't like watching them prance around and pass the ball around and just shoot a deep shot. That's not basketball to me. That's killed the sport. I want to see them go back to some real stuff. Real stuff.
Hold on. We're bringing Ben back.
Look, if you want to watch,
we can recreate him.
We can recreate.
Watch the Cavs, who have just clinched the playoffs. There we go. Perfect.
I'm just saying, I feel like the 3-point balls killed the league in the last 5 years.
Rusty. Secret Base has already done a deep dive on this. Even if you took away the 3-point rule,
I've seen it. I don't even know who he is.
The Golden State Warriors would still be the winningest team in the NBA right now.
Dude, I'm just telling you, when you take that line away, it's going to change the way they play.
False.
All right, agree to disagree, because I don't know anything about basketball.
Rusty's a cuck.
That's beside
Rusty's
the point.
a globalist cuck who wants to get rid of one of the greatest advancements in Western civilization, the 3-point rule.
Steph Curry made it hot for 3 years, and now the whole league's doing it. It's it's not basketball anymore.
Oh,
whoop!
Ben's gone.
Oh, I unplugged my thing. Just put me in the corner. There we go.
Okay. Next email comes in from Shlomo. He says, "Hey y'all, it's Base Shlomo out from the shadows. How we doing? Hopefully Ed's back this week.
Well,
I got bad news for you.
Hopefully Ed's back this week from watching a movie about a rich white dude with a cool car, black tights, and a utility belt. But if he's not, he should move to Flint and drink some water.
Oh,
He might be in Flint drinking some water as we speak. I mean, that's entirely a possibility.
Ed's actually been on a friggin' what's his name?
Christian
Christian Bale kick lately. He's just going through all the classics.
the Bale binge, yeah.
Anyways, with Caleb announcing his big boy move to work for a NASCAR team last week after he watched the transformation from McDonald's manager to big NASCAR guy, what were your guys' first jobs, and then what were your best or worst experiences working there? Thanks, Shlomo. P.S. I now have clout as one of my TikToks has 35,000 views. So new co-host? No.
I got this one.
Yeah?
First job was working at Speedway. Worst experience was getting robbed at gunpoint.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
Just America gas station things. Damn.
Look, these things happen.
I had a first like thing where I got paid, but that wasn't my first like actual job. Like I worked at summer camp. Does that count?
Yeah, you got a paycheck.
Yeah, it was less than minimum wage, but shout out.
Well, then I guess it doesn't count then.
Got some Canadian V-Bucks.
I had to clean up a bunch of puke once. And by once, I mean like 5 or 6 times in the same week. An interesting time. They literally like at camp, you can they have like a special needs program where they like incorporate them in with the rest of camp. And they're like, when I was working there, they're like, hey, is it okay if you like, would you be interested in like working like one-on-one with a camper? And I was like, yeah, sure. Literally first week I'm on with this dude, and it was a hell of a time. I could probably write like a novel about it. That kid's actually a lot better now, so shout out. But he would just puke a lot. He had epilepsy and like a bunch of other stuff too. Cool kid though. He really liked the local transit system. He's a big fan. I don't know why. He could just draw a map from memory of all of the streetcars in Toronto. Cool kid. My first like actual job was when I worked under my dad on film sets, and it was just really boring. It's cool for like the first week. You're like, wow, I'm on a film set. Everything's happening. Look, this is happening. That's happening. And then you're just there for 12 hours a day doing the same shit, spending most of the day just waiting and doing nothing. Did I talk about this on the show before?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have any horrible experiences off the top of my head. But the best one is when we were filming, I'm pretty sure I talked about this. It was a Martin Scorsese directed documentary in the like a fancy ass 5-star hotel in Toronto. I'd literally go down there at 7 a.m., spend like an hour setting a bunch of shit up, and then just sit around for like 3 hours, and then move a bunch of shit again, and then sit around again. But I got to just like hang out in a 5-star hotel room while I was waiting and getting paid. But yeah, doing 12 hours a day is just not fun.
Yeah, I did my internship filming a movie and holding a boom mic up for 12 hours.
God. I just felt like I was rotting away. Like I knew that I was getting paid, but doing nothing all day. It was just like, it was horrible. There was also one time where they were filming in a college that had the same like I could use my university account to log into their Wi-Fi and just have free Wi-Fi all day, which was great. Big fan. Watched a shit ton of YouTube on the clock. All I've got. What about the old boys?
I could share about 100 stories. Did I ever tell you guys about the time I made my first banana split?
No.
No.
All right, I'll say
It's like a figurative banana split.
No, like an actual banana split. I'll say that for.
I
for
thought
another
this
show.
was like a sex act. Okay.
No. Okay, I got another one for you. Me and my buddy applied to work at a nursing home.
Oh no.
That was close to us.
You said this was not a sex act.
I'll keep this one short and sweet, but they decided to interview us, me and my best friend, at the same exact time.
Oh, that's just it's a recipe for disaster.
One of my favorite memories of all time. I'll keep the short and sweet. We can tell a full story another time. While we're like mid-interview, this old man, he's like on his like crutch, just like humping along, just humping along. He just lets the biggest fart go I've ever heard in my life, and he doesn't even like hesitate, just keeps going. And me and my buddy, we were like 16, and we just started dance, like when you're in a class, and you start laughing, and you can't stop laughing. That was us for the next 15 minutes of that fucking interview. We were just like fucking, like she was just trying to like ask us questions, and they still hired us, which blows my mind. They still hired us, and it's like, how do you? I don't know. After that, so same buddy. I got another story. We delivered phone books the same summer. And we show up in this warehouse. I don't know if you guys have ever delivered phone books, but yeah, you go to the warehouse for like your new employee training. They got like the TV on that like rollout cart, and like they give you like
your favorite.
They give you like half an hour, 45-minute VHS tape of like the do's and don'ts, the warnings of the job, just showing you like essentially it's like driver. I don't know, so just the education of the job, and like 3/4 the way through the video. They show like it's the funniest damn thing I ever saw in my life. They were like, if you approach a yard with a dog, just don't. Well, I should back this up. They show us like all these properties you can go into, drop the books off inside like apartment buildings, townhouse complex, and they're like, if you go to a property with a dog, just don't even bring the books near the property with the dog. And I'm telling you, on the tape, the dog hopped the fence, and like me and my buddy were just like peeing our pants, like we're gonna die. This dog just hops the fence, and like I don't know, we were the only ones laughing. And that was another moment in my life where I was like, holy shit, like I cannot believe this is real life right now. Like, why is this on the VHS tape?
Oh,
like,
so this is like you during crazy ass moments, just laughing hysterically for no reason.
The dog hopped the fence. Like I couldn't believe it.
They showed him ripping the arm off. And
there was 200 people buried alive in molasses, dude. I had to laugh.
Well, I'm just saying, like they show these guys with like 5 phone books in their arms, like humping along, and they got the dog like getting aggressive and just boom.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
God.
Slap, what about you?
Made some good money though.
My first job was as an electrician's apprentice with this podunk like little fucking company that folded after its first year in operation. And the worst part, I actually enjoyed like the first like couple months. I'm just sitting there with like I remember Russ and Jason. They were these 2 redneck dudes that basically like got me out of my shell a little bit. They were just like these just vile, just they were cracking like lewd jokes all the time. Funny dudes, and they the company like took me away from those guys and sent me out to like a different work site on the other side of the county, and I was in a hospital they were building, and it was like 5 stories high, and I just had to like run this like electrical control line from thermostat to thermostat all the way around this massive like 36 38 room floor, and then go up to the next floor, and then the next floor after that. And I did this for weeks and weeks, and starting in like late August, they put all the windows in the building with no AC. It's like 95 degrees outside. So I'm like literally cooking in there. And they're like, oh, well, they have a fan like at the this big ass like 10-foot tall fan at the end of the hallway. And that circulates air. Like that didn't do shit, dude. Like it was hot as fuck in there. I was miserable. I wanted to quit.
I just
And
prepared you for the experience of being in a UPS truck in the
Yeah,
summer.
it's giving you the UPS fan there.
yeah, they did that. But then as I got to the 5th floor and I completed that, they told me I had done the wiring wrong. Like I had put I
Oh
had left a
no!
wire against a metal post or something. And so they said that wire could like rub and get rid of its plastic coating, and it could short out. So we need you to go back in to every single one of those little control panels and put in a zip tie to give it some distance, so it doesn't like rub raw up against this like metal post or whatever. So I had to go and rewire every single thermostat in the building again, 1st, 2nd, 3rd floor, all the way up. And then I got back to another building at USC Upstate where we were like rewiring the gymnasium that they were doing over there. And this was in January at this point, and it was 10 degrees that morning. And it was just cold as fuck. And I was like doing these thermostats and all that. And then they called me back to go back to the hospital job site for a week. And then they brought me back over to the university gymnasium. And they were like, where are all the thermostats you were wiring? I was like, well, I put them in the job box. It's over here. And they're like, yeah, we moved the job box. Where'd you put the thermostats? I was like, I put them in the job box. Y'all moved the job box. I don't know what happened to them. You tell me. And they said, oh, you lost them, so you're fired.
Damn.
And yeah, the company soon folded after that. The guy was just the guy who like owned it. I'm not gonna say his name, obviously. This is all alleged, but he was like, every time he got a contract, he would like buy a pound of weed and he'd just be smoking like doobies all the time.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that was my first. That was the first job I ever had. I got paid $8 an hour.
Oh.
And yeah, I learned real quick that the people in charge of business in this country actually have no fucking clue what they're fucking doing. They're all fucking liars and cheapskates, and they're all fucking criminals.
Liars, thieves, and lawyers.
Liars, thieves, and lawyers. You should take your boss and you should do redacted to them. Because they're probably criminals.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That's a solid question. Next one comes in from Andrew R., our friend down under.
Hey.
And he says, good morning, all y'all. Hashtag NASCAR Twitter went into meltdown this week as Kurt Busch called the last few laps when Tyler Reddick won for 23 Excite Racing. Twitter was not happy about his open bias and ran from side to side like brainless sheep. I wonder what they would have thought about Ned Jarrett calling the end of the 93 Daytona 500 when Dale won, or the 2001 Daytona 500 when Darrell called Mikey winning.
Mikey!
Or the 1996 Japanese Grand Prix when Murray Walker cried on camera when Damon Hill became an F1 world champion. I like open bias by commentary because the important thing about sport is that it matters so very much. Otherwise, it doesn't matter at all. Does the panel of shrimps like open bias in commentary? Yay or nay? Thank you, from Andrew R. I actually thought the commentary for the last few laps of the Cup race was interesting because I only tuned in for the last few because I was out.
Yeah, hearing Kurt Busch like tear up saying
it was kind of cool.
He thought he was going to be in that car and all that, and I was just like,
how can you be mad about that?
Hit my heart, man. Hit my heart.
I'm surprised to hear that people are complaining. Well, I'm not surprised on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But Twitter's a hellscape nightmare world.
Like on Reddit and at least on my Twitter feeds, has all been praised on Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
On that call.
The whole broadcast is kind of weird. I realized afterwards like that Gunther Steiner was on it. I listened to the last 25 minutes. I didn't hear him say a single word.
He definitely bailed out after stage 2.
They cut to the shot of them sitting in the booth, and he was just kind of like sitting there in the middle, not saying a single thing. But the booth dynamic is so weird now, like especially the Xfinity race, because I watched the whole thing, because they have Adam Alexander, Brad, and Joey, like whatever drivers they circle around. So it's so like matter of fact commentary. It just sounds like a podcast. The way that something happens, like, oh, this happened because of this. This happened because of that. There's no like fake enthusiasm. There's no one like there's no one yelling about stuff and like building up the hype. They just say it like, this is what's happening, this is why it's happening. And I was like, kind of limp, like kind of lame, but I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy it.
I thought it was great, and it's a road course race, so you got to kind of like narrate it.
Yeah.
You can't do it for the entire race, though. That's the one good thing that NBC does, is they bring the energy into the booth, and that's one thing that Fox has completely fucked up, is how boring they sound and how monotone Mike Joy is.
Yeah.
Not enjoying the race whatsoever. At least it doesn't sound like it. You got Chase Elliott in there and being monotone. That doesn't help.
Well, the truck race. I missed him.
You're doing whatever the fuck he's doing. And now you're going to bring in Kevin Harvick, who's also monotone.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ben.
Yeah, it's true. And there's a lot of like, they had Austin Cindric in the booth earlier this season. I don't know who the fuck it was. Thought it was Kevin.
Like there's a real big opportunity in the truck series. That's all I'll say there. There's people in sim racing that could put on a hell of a show in that booth, and
I know a few of them.
I just feel like they're doing a cost evaluation there, and they're trying to promote pit reporters up to the booth, but like, I don't know.
If you want to listen to good podcasts, listen to what the Cars Tour did last week.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
what I'm getting. To Cora on FTF_GG.
Mm-hmm.
Great broadcast.
Going to be coming in about 2 months.
I'm saying the top 5 oval racing broadcasts in the world shouldn't be amateur hour.
Yeah. Yep. That's entirely fair. Well.
That's it? I thought we were
That's it. That's our 3 emails. Send them in next week. We're also an hour and a half into the show. We've been here a while.
All right, yeah, shut it down.
We lasted longer than Ben's camera battery.
What's the title?
Ooh. I'll be real, I did not think of anything during the show.
Here, I need to get a thumbnail for DT stuff.
Did you enjoy that?
SpaghettiOs.
Last week it was like everyone eating on the thumbnail. You were digging into the chicken. Caleb was like mouth full of McDonald's.
You fucking ate that thing in 3 bites.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad the viewers weren't subjected to that this week. I zoomed out on Ben, sorry. Oh, shout out to CMR. Oh, there's me and Trace and Cody. He's dead. What do we call this show?
New Florence bathrooms.
You had some other good bits. I'm not gonna lie, you had some good bits. I forget them.
Forget everything. I don't remember a single thing from this show.
Shitty jobs.
This show sucks.
No, shut up.
It's dead.
We talked about NASCAR for like half of the show this week.
I feel like we had a good one. What do you mean?
Okay, well then what do we call it, Rusty?
Monotone coda.
I got nothing.
I don't take mental notes during these. I kind of just like.
I don't
really
either.
should. What did we talk about? We talked about NASCAR broadcast being ass. Twitter's got leaked. Slap gave us a little
Leaked source code because we have 2 stories of leaked source code.
ShrimpHoursPresents source code on GitHub.
What was our second source code that got leaked?
I thought it was NASCAR Heat.
No, that was the weirdo reporter that said it was gonna get leaked and then nothing happened. They said more shit today and everyone was going nuts about it. Weird.
NASCAR Heat is dead.
We didn't. That's
Never.
not. We didn't talk about that on the show at all. We didn't even mention it on the show. This thing sucks.
Nuclear war.
We'll figure it out in post.
No, that's the rules. We have rules, Slap. We can't figure it out in post.
Nuclear war.
That's the title. We'll figure it out in post.
Nuclear war.
Nuclear war.
Shrimp Hours presents a nuclear war. All right.
Shrimp Hours presents
Cool
Kargil
with it.
Crisis 1999.
Don't come back next week because this show is dead.
The crazy ow.
Everybody say bye.
Go fuck yourself.